Hey Royal Family, it's Cash Me Out. I am Queen Supreme and I'm back at you again for another video. Now yesterday we did a very long live stream. It was like 5.5 hours. We touched on the Cokia Jackson topic of her being a scammer and recently getting a lot of people looking at her for things that she did. And we weighed in on that. Now in that live stream that we did yesterday on Cokia, that was 5 hours and 30 something minutes, I had spoke about that I had footage of Maleah and Peyton dealing with Craig Davis, because Brittany has painted that Craig Davis is not a stand-up father, he's not involved in their life, and oftentimes he would only take one child and not the other. And for that, I call bullshit. See, Royal Family, today I'm going to show you, and this may not fix everybody's, feelings as far as Craig. Some people might walk away from this video feeling the same way, and that's fine. However, I don't feel the same way that the media or that the public is painting Craig Davis. Because I know that Craig was trying to get Maleah, and not only was he trying to get Maleah, he was also trying to get Peyton. Yes, his name is in the CPS report. He was mentioned in there because biologically, those are her children. But as far as him being an abuser, we don't see that. Now, I have compiled several footages of Craig Davis having dealings with his children, and to which they look happy. It looks genuine, it looks real, and we definitely get to see a side of Craig that we have not seen. Some people are demonizing Craig because he's not running to do interviews and he's not, speaking out with the news and stuff like that. And for me, that just doesn't make a person a bad parent because they're not rushing to be seen in the limelight of their daughter's disappearance. Very well, it could be that Craig is very absorbed in his feelings, has a lot of anger, and he definitely has a gag order in that CPS case that he is also listed on being involved in because he is the biological father of those two children, Peyton and Maleah. Some people said that he should have put hands on Darian Vance right in the door when he was told that he couldn't see his daughter. But I want you guys to remember that he's actually fighting for his children in court and has been before this case actually even started. And if he would have put his hands on Darian Vance, then guess what? He wouldn't have been able, all that would have been brought up in court, and he wouldn't have been able to get his child in the long run. Let's not forget that yes, Maleah is not here with us anymore. But let's also remember that Peyton is very much alive. Let's also remember that Craig Davis was there at the walk. Brittany Bowens was not. Brenda Bowens showed up late. Now, I'm not believing how, society is trying to paint Craig. He definitely probably could have did some other things, like maybe when he was told that his daughter was sick, he should have maybe called the police and asked for a child welfare checkup. You can definitely do that, where the police just go in and look and make sure that the child's alive and breathing and not abused or whatever type of situation, that the child is okay. He could have done that. However, I'm not here in this video to make Craig look bad at all. I'm actually here to show you some footage that may have you walking away from this video feeling that maybe Craig is not the father that he's been painted to be in this story. Or maybe you'll walk away from this video saying, whatever, Cash is tripping, I ain't going for that, and that's fine. Like I've said in my video yesterday and before, we can agree to disagree. That's fine. We don't have to see the same version of the story every single time, as long as the bottom line is the same, that this is for Maleah Davis. And that is my only intention. So as I show you these interactions that he has with his children, please feel it. Feel him and see the kids and how their demeanor is with Craig Davis. before you just jump down his throat and assume that he really doesn't care, because I don't think that was the case. Now, I'll meet you on the other side with any follow-up commentary in this video, but please enjoy these clips of at least Maleah Davis as well as Peyton, her brother. And for those that actually see my point, as far as Craig Davis, please enjoy these clips of a man having communication and time with his children that is genuine. With no further ado, let's go. Let's have a look at these clips. Side note, a few of these clips with Craig and the kids do not have audio, either because they were uploaded that way or because due to music that was playing in the background, I had took the sound out. However, in most of those cases where the sound was in there that I just removed, there was no talking anyway, just to let you guys know. So let's go.
Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Blow it out. Blow it out. Blow it, baby.
Hey, good.
Seven wizards at our school.
7 wizards.
No, wizards.
Lizards?
Yeah. 7 wizards.
You scared?
No, I'm not scared of wizards.
What you scared of?
I'm not scared of nothing.
You scared of me?
No, I'm not scared of anything.
You light skinned, bro. You gotta be scared of something.
I'm not scared of animals.
Alright, I hear you.
I was touching animals the whole time. So I was touching animals inside the zoo.
Maleah, come here.
Animals live inside the zoo.
Come here, Liv. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? What? Liv. Come here, girl. God damn it. Liv. Payday, go get her. Go get her. Run fast. Go get her. Come here, Liv. What did you got in your mouth?
These is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Get them both, I don't want to choose. I just want to roll it with it, that range. rained on the mistletoe, and I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas.
You won't talk to me, but you want to chew on socks? Alright.
Right after I talk to Laura.
You crazy.
You don't expect me to play the big dumb baby, do you? I'm a stupid.
Justice. May those who know and love her all find peace and comfort during these trying times. On June 9, 2019, the lights of City Hall will be turned pink, which was Maleah Davis' favorite color, as family, friends, and the youth community gather in the remembrance for a very sweet, beautiful, and innocent little girl.
So, Royal Family, I just showed you video of times that Craig Davis was involved in his kid's life. Now, Brittany Bowens paints a different picture. She says that oftentimes Craig didn't want both children, that he only wanted Peyton, and even that in this case, he only came there for Peyton. But that's not true. See, later on, we found out that Darian Vance had told Craig Davis, when he went to go pick up his children, that Maleah was sick. She had the flu. Now, I get it. He could have, demanded that he seen his daughter. And like I said, he could have called even the police to do a welfare checkup. But I think in the videos that I showed you, this man has a really good demeanor with his children. He may not deserve Dad of the Year, but deadbeat father, he was not. Let's also remember that Brittany Bowens has done a lot of things to keep even her family, her mother and her half-sister, out of her life, out of her kid's life. You don't imagine that he did the same pretty much with Craig Davis? Let's also remember that Brittany Bowens, since this case, has not been able to have contact per CPS with her children. And whether Maleah was found or not, she was not supposed to communicate with Maleah if we found her alive. She was not supposed to communicate with Peyton or her youngest that she shares with Darian as well. But Craig Davis, was never taken of his right to communicate with his children, because he's not the one that was abusing her. He's not the one that allowed somebody that he was with to harm one of his children. Craig Davis has since moved on, and can we blame him? He has a beautiful, girlfriend. I don't know if they're more than that now, but he has a beautiful girlfriend that is definitely supporting him in his endeavors to find justice for his daughter. Now, I know what the naysayers are going to say. They're going to say, Cash, that was only a few times or whatever that Craig Davis had dealings with his children and or Maleah Davis. And to that, I would say, I definitely left a lot of other footage, pictures, etc., of dealings that Craig Davis had with his children, so that if anybody after the fact wanted to go find those themselves and make a video depicting Craig Davis in an actual more positive light than he has been depicted, they would have the chance to do so. I wasn't trying to be greedy. However, I think I grabbed enough to get you to see that the kids feel comfortable with him, that he's not a shitty ass deadbeat father, because a deadbeat father is one that by choice does not want to be in their child's life. And we've seen that Brittany Bowens has went above and beyond to keep certain people away from her and her children, and so that she could hide whatever abuse is going on in the home. So if anybody else wants to go find that footage and that information, be my guest, because it's definitely out there. Now, I'm never saying that Craig Davis just, there's nothing that he could have done. But I see something that people may have overlooked. I think in reality, because Craig Davis, I believe, I'm not 100% sure in this, but Craig Davis just had a new baby with his girlfriend or, fiance, whatever. I don't know what their label is. Not trying to disrespect them at all. But they possibly may have had a new baby. Was this Brittany Bowens' response to that new baby coming in the world? Was she also jealous of that new baby? Was she also feeling like only her kids mattered? And was a way that she got back at Craig Davis to take the life of her daughter? That could have very well been it. I'm sorry, but I can't go with the narrative that Craig is the shitty ass father when there's footage out there that supports otherwise. And like I said, you can find way more properly loving clips if you do your research than what I put in here. I actually was very, very fair in the images and what I shown here today. But I can't go with the narrative that Craig Davis is just this shitty ass person, because in reality, a deadbeat father is not there by choice. And I don't think that that's the truth. I think that Brittany Bowens is a very jealous person. I think that Brittany Bowens did this to be vindictive. Let's also remember there was a court case that would have decided if the children went to an adoption home, somebody adopted them, or if Craig Davis got his children that him and Brittany have, or if Brittany was allowed to keep all three of her children. And conveniently enough, 20-something days before that court date would have taken place, Maleah disappears. We get this fake ass story, and so on and so forth. I think you know what's going on from there. So I'm not saying without a doubt that this man was just the best father and, at all. Don't take it as that. However, I'm siding with Craig Davis, because you got to remember, royal family, Craig Davis can still see Peyton. Craig Davis was just at the birthday party, which was a couple of days before or after that court date on May 22nd. That birthday video, Maleah was not in, but you could see her Craig Davis wearing a black baseball cap standing behind Peyton as Craig Davis's girlfriend assisted Peyton in blowing out the birthday candles. To which a member of the Davis family, it seemed to have taken a picture with Peyton with cake on his face. I've seen the Davis family step up. No, it's not in, the media's eyes. No, they're not, getting a hold of all these media outlets to get a hold, to do an interview. Or no, they're not getting a hold of YouTubers to do interviews. No, they're not. And again, everybody grieves differently. But that does not mean that just because he's not jumping in the front lines to do what, Brittany Bowens has done, does not make him a bad father. And in reality, society has painted a father that's not physically in the home as a bad father for years now. Pretty much for generations. If you were Craig Davis, could you lay next to Brittany Bowens every day, knowing her lies and how she manipulates and all these things like that? Do you really think that he should have just kicked the door open and beat the shit out of Darian and then went and checked on his daughter? Or do you think that he should have took a realistic approach to this, since he still has a child that's alive? It's not like this was his only child with Brittany. And even if it was his only child with Brittany, he still has another child. You see what I'm saying? That if he would have went to jail because he beat the fuck out of Darian or anything like that, he would have not been able to be in that child's life as well. So I think it's time to take a realistic approach and actually think before you just demonize somebody. And if you don't see what I'm saying or you don't feel it, cool, whatever, no respect lost. But I feel it, and that's why I had to say something. So with that said, royal family, stay you, stay royal, stay uncompromisable, stay woke, and I will definitely see you in another video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live today, because I'm basically gonna have to render these 2 videos that I have coming your guys' way. However, I may go live tonight. If not, I will go live tomorrow and have more videos for you tomorrow, royal family. With that said, much love, stay you, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.